Hello and welcome back to my home renovation diaries. Today is the start of how I'm going to show you how we are planning our rooms and basically what we're going to do with them and how I plan them and my best tips for planning smaller spaces. Today we are in the bathroom. The bathroom is the first room on the hit list because currently we have no boiler, we have a big immersion heater which you can see here, and basically the toilet doesn't flush. Luckily we have one downstairs, but it's a bit of a shell now. We've ripped most of everything out. Obviously we are living here, so this is why there is stuff in here. You're just gonna have to look past that. It is what it is. But yeah, I just thought it's a much bigger bathroom than our last renovation, but it's still a small, what you would consider a small space. So I want to go through how I plan a small space, how you can maximize a small space that you do have, and basically our plans, what we're going to do here. I'm not going to be showing any of our samples right now. I want to keep that a little bit of a secret until I do a full reveal on my channel. But yeah, let's get stuck inside and I'll show you around. Okay, so I just wanted to do a view from our landing currently. The door has been taken down, the architraves have been taken down. And I'll get on the screen how big this bathroom actually is, just to give you an idea of the space and if it's similar to yours. Right, so as we come into the bathroom, we've got our bath right here. This is a bigger than standard, it's 1800, and yeah, we are going to be getting a slightly smaller one. We've got our sink here currently, tiny little window cabinet there. Then right in the back here, I'll pop a video up of how it was looking before, and this was all encased obviously to cover up the immersion heater. Now look at this beauty. So this is currently how we are getting hot water. We basically just flick the switch on, similar to like immersion heaters of today. It's obviously electric. We've got no boiler, we've got no gas in the property, and this is currently what we're waiting on because we're living here, we can't get this removed until we know we're basically going to have hot water. So I mean, it's going to be in the next few weeks. We've got a plumber coming in, he's got to move some other pipes around and stuff. So yeah, that'll be going, and that's going to massively open up the space, which I'll share what we're going to do. And we've got the lovely toilet here. The toilet lid, I sat on it and it cracked, so I won't show you any more there, but it doesn't flush currently. And look, I just don't get people that design things like this. It's literally going past the door architrave. Like, such a bad design layout. But there we go. That is why I'm here. And obviously window here, all windows are going to be changed. I'm going to keep frosted down here. I really, really like the clear glass at the top. It's still private, but you're actually getting that gorgeous light coming in through the top. So if you are thinking about changing your windows in your bathroom and they have to be frosted, get clear paint across the top. It's going to make a massive difference. Now this is actually a south-facing bathroom, so we've got a lot of beautiful light coming in here. And then obviously had a ceiling light here, doesn't work. So yeah, we don't have light in here at the moment. And obviously everything else is completely ripped out. So we are starting afresh, but let me tell you what we are going to do with the space. Right, so basically the first thing we're actually going to do, it seems a bit counterintuitive, we're actually making this bathroom a little bit smaller. Yeah, so we're going to be taking around 300 to 400 millimeters from the bathroom, and it's going to make the master bedroom a little bit bigger. And the reason behind that is the bathroom's actually, even though it's still a small space, it's actually quite big for what we need. We're not having a separate shower, we're not having a separate bath, and I really, really, really want a bath this time. In our last house, we literally had no room. We only had room for a shower enclosure, which is absolutely fine. I love baths, I do. And thinking of resale value, baths are a lot more attractive, especially if you've got a young family. So that is what we are doing. And I will show you where everything's going to be moved around to, but based on everything, we're still going to have quite a sizable bathroom, even with taking that 300 millimeters out. So obviously before we do that, we have had to check that it's not a solid supporting wall, which it isn't, it's just a stud wall. So once we've been able to move the bath over, we're going to knock that down and get the new stud wall built up, and then it'll be so easy for sort of getting plumbing and electric sorted in the bathroom and both the master bedroom as well. So in terms of that, the bath is the only thing that's actually physically moving, and plumbing is going to be needed to move from that. And as I've mentioned on my small bathroom cost video before, When you're looking at costs, one of the biggest costs you will have is if you're moving a lot of plumbing. So luckily we've only been moving that, but the toilet and the sink is going to stay in the exact same position. Obviously they're going to be completely different units and what we do with them, but in terms of that, it is going to remain. So that is going to help us a little bit with the costs. Obviously we've got a whole brand new heating system coming in and a boiler, so you know, girl math, but everything is going to be a little bit cheaper. So anyway, with that aside, with a small bathroom, anything that I always suggest, if you can, the best way to maximize a smaller space is to take your door off, because the swing is going to massively impact the space. Currently, where we had the door, it was swinging right back over the toilet, which isn't bad in some ways because it does conceal it, but we're hoping that we can add a sliding door on the outside. It is going to make the bathrooms feel so much bigger. If you can't do a natural sliding door, if you've not got the room to do it, you can also look at things like pocket doors. Now, pocket doors do require a little bit more of development work and also cost, but essentially pocket doors are concealed within the sort of the actual door archway itself, and it just gets pushed aside. And yeah, they're really handy, especially if you do have a really small space. I personally love how external sliding doors look on a room, because they've got a lovely farmhouse style to them, especially if you get one with a black rail. I am going to pop pictures up so you can see what that looks like, but it's going to massively impact how this space feels. It's going to make it feel bigger, and if you do have a small bathroom, I honestly would strongly suggest either looking at how your door currently swings or changing it to a sliding or a pocket door if you're able to. It's going to give you extra square metre of space that's actually movable without you actually having to do a lot of work. The other thing I look at when I'm planning a small bathroom space is obviously, can a bath comfortably sit in the bathroom? Now, in our last bathroom, it absolutely couldn't. It already had one in it. It took up 50% of the bathroom, and whilst I love baths, it just was not going to be possible. And taking that out and adding a lovely corner shower enclosure instantly made the space look huge in comparison to what it did before. So you do have to weigh up that careful balance between whether your space can accommodate a bath or whether it's actually better sticking with a shower enclosure. Now, lucky for us this time, we can actually have a shower and bath all in one. We probably would have room for a separate shower as well, but that is not the look that I'm going for. I want to keep it all contained. We picked a really gorgeous bath and shower unit, and it's gonna look amazing. In terms of toilets, when you're looking for toilets, especially online, you might be attracted by the cheaper ones on the market, and they usually have something called Space Saver on them. Now, Space Saver toilets are basically for small cloakrooms only. I would just not recommend having one in your main bathroom. You will notice how smaller the seat is when you sit on it, and it will just look a little bit inferior in the space. I think always go for a standard sized toilet, and they're all standard apart from the Space Saver ones. And if you're concerned obviously about a chunky cistern, go for a closed coupled pan to the wall, or either you can have one where it's actually built, your cistern is built with a flush plate behind a wall, and then you can plasterboard over it so it's completely concealed. Now, before I show you where everything's going to be moved to, it's sort of a general consensus of what we're doing. Picking the right tiles is a really important aspect, and I'm not joking that I have literally got so many tile samples now. I have changed my mind about this space, which is completely normal part of a process when designing. I designed this room prior to moving in, and that is why I always say try and live in the space for a little bit, because it will really change your view on how the space feels, perhaps how the lighting changes your view on like colours you want to pick, and just how the general space feels. It's really changed my opinion since I've moved in here, and that's a really good thing because my design of the bathroom has evolved as I've spent time in the space. My one rule for small bathrooms when you're choosing tiles is do not go for small scale tiles. Going for small scale tiles may make you think it's perfect for a small space. What it's going to do is it's going to make the space feel even smaller. Very intricate pattern tiles that are repeated throughout can feel quite claustrophobic. I always say go larger scale. Now, it may seem counterintuitive, but it will have the opposite effect. I've got a blog on this topic actually, which I will link in my description below. But on your floor, you want to go for something larger scale. Absolutely. And don't be afraid to not go for pattern. I'd always say the party happens on the floor. Go for something you really, really love that's got a pattern, but then make sure that you're keeping your wall tiles fairly neutral and fairly sort of plain, so your floor can do the speaking. That is my personal opinion on small spaces. And then obviously you want a brighter colour above that's going to draw the eye up. Obviously you can go for darker colours if you want to lean into the darkness, but it will intentionally make your space feel a little bit smaller as darkness draws the walls in towards you. Okay, right, now let's have a look at where everything's gonna go. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you briefly where everything is going. So firstly, the sink is staying here. We've got a completely brand new unit, and actually you can see our lovely accurate drawings on the wall. So our unit's actually gonna come out to around this point. Oh no, it's coming out to here. The unit's coming out to here, so it's a lot bigger. We're having a basin on top, and we've got taps that are gonna be coming out of the walls. It is gonna look amazing, but this is staying in terms of plumbing, so that's absolutely perfect. Bath, completely going. It's a really, really big bath actually. Really enjoying my baths in here, but this is definitely going. So what is gonna happen, and I'll put up our scale drawing of the space. The bath is gonna be moved around. The shower is gonna be here, bath here, and it's gonna end around this point here that we've got marked on the wall. So this is all gonna be tiled straight up to the ceiling. We're gonna have a little bit of space in this corner, not a massive amount, but I'm hoping to get some storage solution built into here that's gonna look really nice. And then obviously we've got our radiator. Now I'm gonna mention this on another video, but because we've got a whole new heating system coming in, we basically have to have a lot larger radiators than a normal person, because it's called a low heating system and you have to have much higher BTUs. So we've got a towel radiator, it's a really, really tall one. And that's gonna go there. But at least we'll be able to dry all our towels, because currently towels are drying here, which is not ideal. But anyway, so this is gonna take up this back wall, but you're still gonna have all of this space actively walking around. So it's gonna be really, really roomy still. I actually think it's gonna look bigger than it does now, even though we are losing 300 to 400 millimeters there. This is obviously going, guys, and that needs to be taken off, new plasterboard to put over there. Windows coming out, toilets. Yes, toilet is going to be changed to back to wall, close couple toilet. Just basic, simple. That's how I like my toilets. They don't need to be extravagant, especially in the bathroom. And then, guys, tiles. Towel. I am waiting for some more towel samples to finish off here. And I'm pretty much there with my towel samples, but I have had to change them a lot of times. Towels are super, super expensive, especially if you want really, really nice ones. So I've been finding ones I love and then going, I need to keep in budget here, so I'm having to change my mind on those. I'll link to the places that I look for tiles when I finish the bathroom, because it's really helpful having a good supply network where you can get cheaper, nice towels from. And then up here, obviously, everything mostly be replastered in here. Gonna have a gorgeous ceiling light here. And back here, obviously, we're gonna have gorgeous, gorgeous mirror, and we are getting 2 wall lights added on here. But that's it really in terms of moving everything around. And then coming back out here, we'll hopefully get a sliding door, but I need to work out where this light switch is gonna go, because that's gonna affect it. Possibly here instead for the bathroom. But yeah, I'm really excited to see it take shape. But obviously I'll share everything once we do a reveal. I'll do snippets in between, and obviously if you follow me on Instagram, I'll put that in the comments below as well. Just you can keep up to date with everything as it happens. But yeah, super, super excited about this space. So that is our small bathroom plans in a nutshell. I'm not sharing the design at this stage. I'm really, really excited to when it's ready, which may be in, how long is a piece of string? I'm hoping in the next couple of months this space will be completely finished, and I'll share a full reveal with you. Everything we put down from tile samples all the way down to units, so do keep an eye out for that video. Keep up to date with my home renovation diaries that are going to be coming out weekly. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching today's video, and I'll see you on my next one.